Welcome back everyone to another F1 Manager video. Of course, last time out we have secured the constructor's title, but it is still up for debate regarding the driver's title. So today we will try to push this car ahead. I believe I spoke last time about how we are very close. I think it was like 9 points that we need to earn this race in order to secure the driver's title amongst Gasly or Leclerc. It seems like Leclerc would be more likely to secure it, but we will see. Definitely we will see as we head into the US Grand Prix today. So if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and let's head on in. Make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. 66.6% of you are not subscribed at this time. The devil's number, my goodness. So let's move away from that, and please do consider subscribing. It would help me out a lot and also keep you in the loop with the content I'm making on here. Also check out the community tab on the regular so that you're notified when I go live. I will be live streaming here and there, and hopefully you can join me in one of the F122 sessions. Take care guys, enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so we got some manufactured stuff, components in. Of course, we crashed out a couple times in previous races. Not the Japanese Grand Prix per se, but in other races. So it's good to see we have extra components in. Let's see if we can win this race again and stay competitive. As we see, we are exceeding expectations because we secured the constructor's title. I just realized that one of our cars is running a older component here. Let's take a look. It's car 1, so we need to put the new chassis on for both cars, of course. Quite interesting to see why that was the case, but hey, we move on. So in fact, it looks like Gasly was running a older component, a chassis component, so that's my bad, but he was still able to do pretty well in the race, so I'm pretty happy with that. We did get a side pod research done for next season, so hopefully we can get more hours soon in order to do more of the research upgrades. All right, without further ado, let's put on our performance targets and then head into practice to see what kind of set of confidence we can get for both cars. Let's go in. All right, we got responses coming in from Jack Doohan's car. It's a good set of confidence, so let's bring him in. What about Gasly? Is he going to be done soon? He's done right now, so let's bring him in as well. So both cars are in. Let's reconfigure. I think Gasly just said it was bad, so I mean, either way, both cars need a lot of adjusting anyway. Oh no! Gasly crashed. Hold on, Gasly crashed. Ah, this is bad. Oh no, that's a DNF. Oh no. Darn. We're gonna have gearbox issues. We're gonna have to change a lot of the components. Well, he's out completely. Shame. No, we lost time. We lost valuable time to set up the car. Alright, so we're back with Doohan. He says it's only a good setup. Let's see if we have what we can do to his car. Let's take a look at the percentage. 64. It went down actually. 64 was the best when we went down to 54. That's bad. Alright, there we go. Session's officially over. We're not in the top 10. We're in P14 with Pierre Gasly, who crashed out early doors, and Jack Doohan down in P19. It's a big shame that Pierre Gasly didn't get more running time. We need a lot of catching up to do. Alright, Leclerc says his setup is great, which is an improvement from what Doohan was giving us. Of course, I put Doohan in Leclerc's car for this weekend. 83 with an optimal traction. This is good. Very good indeed. Ooh, big crash. Big crash. Big crash. It's not Leclerc. Okay, it's VSC. VSC deployed. Let's see what it is. Also, I just noticed that Gasly has a very worn engine component because of that crash. So I think we will need to take a penalty today. Joe crashed. Let's take a look. I have a feeling it's the same spot that Gasly crashed. Yep, it looks like it. It's the same spot Gasly DNF'd in FP1. As I keep saying, these guys need to be more creative with their crashes and where drivers crash. Alright, so Gasly has a great setup. Not bad. I like to see that. Let's see. Yep, okay. Optimal straights. That's fantastic news. Otherwise, we just have some minor editing to do. Alright, this is bad news for Leclerc. He's just dropped down to good set of confidence, which is not good. We were at great, so This is very bad news for us. Two optimals though, despite having two bads. Yikes. So we'll try to fit those optimals back in. Oh no! Gasly locked up and crashed yet again. Oh god, is he out? I think Gasly's out again. He's smoking. Yeah, he's crashed out.
Okay, so there we
Why?
have the LP.
Why?
And there we see the crash.
Why? He burned up the engine too, I think.
The team are really disappointed.
Darn, look at that. Can I not put softs? Apparently not. Try to put on those hards. I can't. The mediums, sure, but the hards, no. But I need a set of mediums for the race because I do see that tire wear's, excuse me, pretty high. So sure, we'll send them out on the inters because we don't have a use for them. Alright, so Leclerc's done here. Let's bring him back in before he slips. It's an optimal setup. Fantastic news. Fantastic news. It's 100%. There we go. We got the optimal setup for Leclerc's car. Fantastic. Thank you very much. But Gasly, we have a lot of work to do. So let's head on into FP3. Alright, there we have it. We are at the back of the grid here. P17, P19. We did laps on the hards, of course. Valtteri Bottas gets the fastest of the session, which is quite amazing in the McLaren. Interesting indeed. Well, we got 100% setup for Leclerc. That's good news. And Gasly, we still don't know because he hasn't done many laps around here yet. So, oh, look at that damage in the graphic right there. Looks bad. Funny thing is too, right? They stole a set of softs. Surely they did. Yeah, they just stole this set of softs because I did soft medium run in FP1. And then I tried to do the hard soft run, but no. They will not let me put the softs on, so shame. But we'll put the softs on for this one because we don't have a lot of laps to do. Alright, final result for Gasly right now is a great setup. Let's take a quick look. That's a good sign. Hopefully we can encroach into optimal. Okay. Oh, everything's optimal except for traction, which stuck at good. Oh, can I mess around with this a little bit, please? Maybe we can find an answer. Oh no, Leclerc.
Sorry guys.
Oh my god, what kind of bad weekend are we having? Oh, did we get punted off? We got punted off.
Watch this.
Oh, Leclerc got punted off. No. No. I need the thumbnail, please. Darn. Terminal damage? No. Alright. It's only a grade for Gasly. Bring him back in. Let's take a look. Ah, we swapped positions again with cornering and traction. Traction's optimal. Alright, so we are officially back into the pits. Gasly just gave us an optimal review of his setup. Man, the teams are out to get us this weekend. Gasly was out to give us an aneurysm, and then Leclerc got punted off by Zhou. Thankfully, he does get a penalty for punting us off. 97% for Gasly. Let's take a quick look at his setup before we head in. Yeah, even with the tiny adjustments that I made to the car, it seems like great and optimal is the only result that I can get. But it is time to take our massive penalty. I think both cars will be starting at the back. So we did secure the constructors, so that is a plus. But seems like our driver championship hopes have been cut. 85% might be good enough actually, so let's put that engine on. We have a 66% as well. Maybe Leclerc doesn't need to take too big of a penalty. Maybe he doesn't even need to take a penalty at all. Ah, the gearbox is not looking good though. We will take a gearbox penalty then. Otherwise, we will use the partially used components. Maybe Leclerc can secure the title today. Ah, stuck in a little bit of traffic here with our run. 132.9, 132.8. So yeah, we did get a little compromised because a lot of cars got in our way, but it's looking okay for now. Let's see what other drivers set. Well, we just stayed in for the rest of the session. It was enough to see us maintain a decent position in the top 15. Zhou, Schumacher, Stroll, Latifi, and Vettel get knocked out. Zhou doesn't take too big of a penalty because he does start from the back. But let's continue then on to Q2. Alright, so here we go. Gasly's first to cross the line here. Has a little bit of a slipstream on Hamilton, who is in our way a little bit. Maybe it is a compromised lap, I don't know. 132.9, it is a little compromised on the used softs. 132.9 again for Leclerc. It's pretty good. Gasly doesn't need to risk it too much considering he is going to take a massive penalty. I think like 20 grid positions or so. Or maybe 55. I don't know how it stacks. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty big penalty. So I think I'm going to keep Gasly in the garage after this one. And we'll keep an eye out if Leclerc needs to do another lap. Looks pretty solid to me. P6, P7 for Gasly and Leclerc. Albon, Ocon, Ricciardo, Piastri, and Alonso are out. So let's head on into Q3. We do have a good number of cars ahead of us. But of course, we're using used softs, so I'm sure we can gain a couple tenths. So let's see what happens in Q3. Alright, so our first lap on very used softs. We haven't moved away from the softs that we started Q1 with. So we're still on the same set. 133.7 is a very slow time. We're about 8 tenths slower than what we've been setting. Gasly coming across the line as well. We're a second slower than Perez. That's how worn the tires are. Gasly's going to be even slower than Perez by a full second. So yeah, it's not looking good for us, but we can do laps on the fresh softs towards the end of the session. We'll see how much faster we are. Alright, here we go. It's a moment of truth. It's the final shootout. Leclerc is improving on his lap, which is great. Gasly's gone fastest in Sector 2, which is another good sign. Leclerc secures a P1 for now. I think Gasly's going to secure that P1 ahead of Leclerc as he comes across the line to secure a 131.4. Yes, it's a front row lockout. Of course, Gasly will be taking that penalty, but wow, the pace of the Alpine is unbelievable. That is a splendid result for us. Gasly is probably going to end up somewhere in the middle or towards the back of the field, but the back of the field because no one else is really taking penalties, but he will be fast. He is quite fast, as we see. So it all depends on race day strategy. Let's head on in and see what's up.
Drivers are strapping themselves in, ready for race day.
If qualifying is anything to go by, Alpine are set to have a fabulous race here. Let's see if they can keep it up. This weekend, Red Bull displayed promise during qualifying. Now they need to capitalize on their grid position and get a good race under their belts. And the sky is looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
No doubt, there's a lot to contend with here at the United States Grand Prix. It's going to be a thrilling outcome to a thrilling weekend.
And it's time to see if we can secure a decent finishing position. P20 for Gasly because of that crash and a full engine pen. Leclerc is fine in P1, so that's good news. Hard, medium for Gasly to try and catch up with the field. Medium, hard, medium for Leclerc to try and maintain his pace in the early stages. We'll give him a bit of fuel and we should be good to go. I'm excited for this one. We'll see how quickly Gasly can make up lost positions for that penalty. But I'm excited to see if we can secure another race victory with Leclerc to secure the title. So let's head on in.
A somewhat overcast day for the drivers who've now taken position on the grid. And there is Charles Leclerc. They're starting today at the head of the pack. But will they be able to stay there? Next for the team, it's Pierre Gasly. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. And we're just moments away now.
Alright, it's time to get going then. Lights out. Oh boy, this is gonna be tight. Intense. Let's see. Lights out and away we go. Some people are on the softs here. Very interesting choice of tire for these people. Wow, Sainz is already making up positions, but Leclerc blocks it off immediately. Nice. Gasly is gaining positions here. I'm just going to keep an eye on the Delta, but I want to keep an eye on Gasly and his progress early stage. He takes Zhou Guanyu immediately at the start. Might get the Williams here. At the slaloms, yes he does. Wow. Very strong performance with the car of his caliber. So he... Oh no! Competitor spun. There was a spin for Albon. Albon has spun. Yellow flag in sector 1. Gasly makes it past Schumacher as well. So that's good. Let's take a look at the spin here.
Watch this. Here's the moments involving
My
Albon.
goodness. Albon just spun off into the distance. Guess those softs do have a low threshold, so a low temperature threshold, meaning that they could spin quite easily and overheat easily. So that was what I witnessed in practice. A lot of tire deck, high tire deck, as well as overheating issues. So that's why we opted for the harder compounds this weekend. If there is a safety car, if there is an issue, we will put the softs on. So we will keep an eye out. Leclerc is a full second ahead of Sainz. This is good news. Those softs are overheating. Definitely overheating. Plus they are worn. Oh, they're wearing quite quickly. No, never mind. Those were worn softs that Sainz put on from qualifying, I'm assuming. So he is having a big struggle. I'm assuming they're going for the soft, hard, medium strat. We're going to have the advantage. So let's drop Leclerc's tire usage so that we can prepare for this pit stop around lap 17. Gasly is getting past Stroll. So that's good news. He is now going to attack Latifi. I'm gonna drop him to neutral here for Leclerc because he is building a 1.6, 1.5 second gap here. And there's another 3-second gap to Perez, so Leclerc is pulling away quite well. Gasly, I'm gonna drop you to standard tire usage as well because we can't be affording to waste too much of our tires, not to burn through them too quickly. We do need them later on. So this is good news. This is a great start. Can we get Leclerc here possibly? Or, sorry, Latifi in the Haas. The performance gap between the midfield and our car is quite significant. Oh, little weaving action from Latifi as he goes aggressive with a defensive move. But we are able to get a nice line and to get Latifi here. Splendid job from Gasly to get him in that long straight. We are going to have the benefit of DRS next time out, so hopefully we can use that to our benefit. Let's see. We are close. We're going to let him push a little bit more so that we get like a 0.8 second gap to Vettel, and then we're going to drop that ERS deployment. Alright, so I think it's time for Leclerc to pit, so we're going to put on the hards. This lap, Gasly's doing well in P4, has a 9-second gap. He's already caught up to Alonso and Piastri here. He is in the battle. He is in the mix. So this is going to be interesting. Leclerc is pushing right now on these tires, trying to get rid of them before we pit. So Leclerc has a 22-second gap. He will be behind Perez, who already stopped ahead of us. Perez got the undercut. Verstappen got shafted with the double stack, I think. He's all the way down here in a lot of traffic. So unlucky. So Leclerc goes in. He's in the pit lane. We need to make sure we organize his fuel usage and such. Gasly continues. He does have the lead as Alonso and Piastri also pit. Come on, give me a good pit stop, boys. 2.3 is very good. Excellent pit stop. As he comes out of the pits, will he still be ahead of Sainz and Perez? I am interested. Let's see. Yes, he will be, I think. Oh, yes, he is. This has been a splendid pit stop from the team to keep him ahead of Perez and Sainz. This is good. Fabulous. All right, we're gonna drop this to neutral again because he does have a solid like 3-second gap, 2-second gap to Sainz and Perez, which is great outside of DRS. So this is splendid news. Gasly now needs a 20-second gap, 22-second gap for his pit stop. So maybe around Verstappen is where he will release, but we'll get closer to that. Gasly's in now. Gasly is in. Let's see. He's going to release around P12, I think, or P13. Let's see. Will the team give him a good pit stop? He is going to be a lot faster on these tires, so wow. Splendid 2.3-second pit stop. Out he goes into this traffic jam that is a bunch of cars. He will be in the mix here. on the stronger tire, because I think a bunch of these guys are on the mediums or hards. Used mediums and a lot of used hards. So this is good news for Gasly. Let's push a little. I'm gonna put you on aggressive on the tires for maybe this lap to heat them up.
Look after it.
Okay.
Let's see, will Gasly get past these cars with relative ease? I'm sure he will, especially with DRS in the next sector. Let's see, Leclerc's in for a second stop now. He has a solid gap to Gasly behind, so he's going to be with easiness coming into P1. Gasly is struggling with tires, so we will need to pit him soon. Where's Gasly right now? He's going past that sector. 2.45 for Leclerc. This camera angle is a bit shocking. So he will be in front of Gasly with ease. We're going to tell Gasly to push it a little here, because he will be pitting. So let's see. How many pit stop has Piastri had? He might be pitting in the same lap here. Leclerc, how's it going for you? Alright, you're dropping to standard. You don't need to push on these tires anymore. Go neutral, save fuel. Alright, Gasly's coming in now. Gasly's coming in for a stop. I think Piastri's continuing. No, he's pitting with us this lap. How many stops has Perez had? 2. Sainz also. So everyone's had one except for Alonso. Let's take a look at our pit stop here. Nice. 2.26. We get held up though. We did get held up in the pits for some odd reason. Was that because of Piastri? Yes, it was. Piastri got ahead of us despite having a solid pit stop. Shame. But we have a long way ahead for us for Gasly. It's going to be a tough one. But let's see what he can do. Oh no, Gasly. I wasn't even pushing you on the tires.
Here's the replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine. And that spin is undoubtedly going to cost them time.
Elementary mistakes, man. He's all of a sudden making so many elementary mistakes like our previous seasons. It's worrying. Our second driver is worrying us, man. Alright, well, we'll harvest some energy. Let's see. Alright, last lap. 1 lap left, and we've gained a 30-second lead on Sainz. My golly. This guy has had the best race of his life. Leclerc just enjoying his race out front. Because we have such a huge gap, I'm dropping him down to light tire usage just to, you know, take it easy because we saw Gasly spin. We don't want that happening with Leclerc. Meanwhile, with Gasly, he's been pushing it. Very close indeed to Alonso and Magnussen. Perhaps we can make a move. Alright, let's see. I've told Gasly to reduce lift and coast. Okay, Leclerc's just crossed the line here. Nice.
Let's take a closer look.
Gasly stuck. Still halfway through the last lap. Leclerc just no one near him.
Amazing. I think that's a race that people will be talking about for years to come.
What a drive from Leclerc, and what a result. Absolute stunning race from him. Absolute stunning. Shows why he needs to be the driver's champion this season. But we've got Gasly to worry about. Let's give it everything we've got for the remainder of this lap. Let's give it everything with the tires. This is a huge group of cars that he needs to get past. Perhaps a late braking dive, perhaps. Nah, he's just gonna sit behind everyone, isn't he? I could have pit Leclerc for softs and just sprinted for the fastest lap point, but I kind of lost track because I was too focused on Gasly after his spin.
So focus on just bringing your tire temperature back.
It's overheating, whatever. Come on, late dive. Can we at least get the AlphaTauri at the end? No, he's too conservative with it. This guy doesn't have the oomph, the cojones to get that move done. But P13 for Gasly. Shame. He could have gotten some points, I think, if it didn't spin.
Yeah, I don't
He
really
spun.
know what's happening. If it's my fault or not.
I don't know if it's my... Dude, it's 100% your fault. You spun the car, mate. Oh, well. I think it's time we look for other options. But we'll see. There we go. Race over.
Well, this was definitely Charles Leclerc's weekend. Everyone involved in Formula One dreams of seeing their driver up there on the podium. And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today. You've got to say it was a solid drive from all three of them up there. A fantastic showcase for Formula One. Great racing from Alpine here today. Some high quality work all round.
I agree, this was all very impressive. And it's obviously the work of a solid, well-run team.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
We're nearing the end of the season and it's time for some serious heat. Stay with us as Formula One moves to Mexico City.
And there we go. What a result for us to secure P1. Also fastest lap with Gasly. I could have gone it with Leclerc as I mentioned earlier, but forgot. Pettis and Sainz also on the podium alongside Leclerc, Norris, Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Piastri, Bottas, and Ricciardo round out the top 10. Magnussen, Alonso, Gasly, Ocon, Vettel, Latifi, Stroll, Schumacher, and Zhou round out the finishers. And of course, I think with that, we have secured the driver's standing as well. It's either Gasly or Leclerc fighting for that P1 spot. I think Verstappen is out of reach now with only 3 races remaining. So 3 races times 26 is only 78 points. And if we add 78 to 273, it is 351. 351 is not even close to what Leclerc has secured. And just like that, yeah, I think it is Charles Leclerc's title to lose right now. So with driving like today's, he does not seem stoppable. And of course, Alpine have secured the constructors title already. We're already building a gap on Red Bull as well after this race weekend, so that's even a bigger plus. That huge prize money is coming into our pockets, so hopefully we can use that to good use next season. Good number of development points secured. Surprised that Gasly got so many considering he crashed the car so many times, also with Doohan. But yeah, it's been an expensive Grand Prix, very expensive. Not only with the driver bonuses going out, but also with why is this so much? Oh, Leclerc's bonus is already 1 mil. Okay, I understand. I thought, like, why did Gasly get something when he finished outside the points? But no. Yeah, so it's going to be an expensive one. 3.76 mil in profit. Despite that, I think we'll have to spend a couple 100,000 of those, or maybe a couple mil on new components for the next race weekend. So it is what it is, but I'll take it.